amazing Latin culture in this league and its fans all around the globe. A great tradition we get to enjoy. Hello, everyone. With Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from our Hall of Famer on the sideline, David Aldridge. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is fearless on the court and with his sense of fashion. Growing up around Los Angeles, he said, I felt like every day was the first day of school. That's how it was the minute I woke up. And guys, he's starting to release his own lines of clothing and accessories. I have a couple in my closet. Back to you.
Influential with his taste for sure, David. Thank you. Opening day, Chris. In your experience, which types of teams tend to start the season well, started strong?
There's two types. One, the team that has been forgotten about and left out. The team that had a disappointing season the year before, and no one knows the pain that they went through all summer long, waiting to get back to that moment. So they've been incentivized for half of a year to come back and say, wait a minute, it's our turn now. And those teams are sneaky under the radar.
Little chip on their shoulder, in other words.
And then secondly, I would say veteran teams. Teams that know what they want, teams that are focused and saying, wait a minute, we know this is a marathon. Let's take our time, warm up, and stick to the principles right away, and we'll end up in the right place later.
Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James is out there with Kobe. Then there's Davis. Then there's Shaquille O'Neal. And it's Yao in at the center position. And for the Mavericks, we've got Doncic. Duncan is out there with Nowitzki. Then it's Nash. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. Now here's Nash. After Shaquille O'Neal's miss. The pass to Nowitzki. Good work defensively by Yao.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent deep, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot. As well as he's carried himself over the years, I'm amazed by the negativity about LeBron James. I mean, all he's done is 8 straight trips to the finals. Sometimes being on top makes you a target.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Fires from the wing. Rebound by Yao. Chris, you think about what LeBron's accomplished. Not just on the court. You know, his activism, his business acumen.
Yeah, shut up and dribble. That's what people want him to do, Kevin, but he's not listening, and thank God for that. It's about his power. It threatens some people. For whatever reason, they love to knock you down a bit.
Leonard, no luck. Lakers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. James outside. Davis against Doncic. 5 to shoot. Kobe passes to O'Neal. Shoots. And that one hits back iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Leonard. Here's Nowitzki. Lays it up and banks it in.
I wouldn't want to be the guy who has to keep him off the boards. He is a beast on the offensive glass.
James outside. Bryant dishes to O'Neal. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash. That's his first foul. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Chamberlain's checked in for Yao. Abdul-Jabbar comes in for Shaq. Baylor, he's checked in for Anthony Davis. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Kobe. Now, here is Abdul-Jabbar. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. 6 to shoot. James looking around. Mavericks with the rebound.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him in tough shots this quarter.
Green finds Parker. Now, here is Robinson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, and Robinson is a franchise-defining talent, a chiseled, powerful center, a remarkable leader.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
throw good. Robinson. Robinson hits them both. Here's Westbrook. 1 second left. The shot, no good. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Lakers ahead. They're up by 1. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had this to say about his ability to nail clutch shots.
I always feel like I got it. Always feel like I got it in the clutch, no matter what's going on throughout the course of a game. Even when you're struggling at times or you're not shooting the ball particularly well.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late game situations.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Well, no question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, we've got Chamberlain. Baylor is out there with Abdul-Jabbar, and it's LeBron James, and it's Westbrook in at the 1. Now here's DeRozan. He's coming off a 13-point game against Denver.
While he was doing that, I mean, dropping buckets. He was keeping everybody else involved, too. I mean, he had a tremendous night facilitating.
There's the talk about lowering the minimum draft age from 19 back to 18. And Chris, how much of a difference does that 1 year make in a player's maturity?
It makes so much difference. I mean, you're young, you're coming into a league, you're playing against grown men. Just physically, your body hasn't been able to catch up. How do you handle the travel, being away from your family? Many times this guy's first time being away from their families that long. So it is a maturity process, but at the same time, there's only such a few, and if you're one of the few that have the skill set and you're ready to come to this level, we should welcome you with open arms.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Olajuwon's checked in for Chamberlain. Shaq comes in for Abdul-Jabbar. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Baylor. And Kobe is subbed in for James. Now here's Shaq. After Luka Doncic's miss, here's Westbrook. That misses off the backboard. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. 1:12 left in the first half. Shoots it up. Leonard, no luck. The Lakers trail. Davis, the pass to O'Neal. Shoots over Leonard. And there's Shaq. That's good on the assist by Davis.
And O'Neal, just a brute on the block. Simply overpowers the opposition.
Doncic kicks to Duncan. Nash outside. Releases from 15. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Leonard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Mavs. Lakers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Westbrook wide open. He fires. His 3-pointers off the mark. Nash against Westbrook, and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Los Angeles making a switch here. Yow's checked back in. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Olajuwon. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Well, just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
We've got 28 seconds left in the second quarter. Outside Bryant from deep. Mavericks with the rebound. Duncan's got his 4th rebound in this one. Nash kicks to Doncic. Dallas with another.
Well, they'll take that, but they got to find a better shot than that on their next trip.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Mavericks lead by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. AD, you see how they're playing you in the first half. What's the adjustment going to be?
So, we got to come out with a great intensity.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. They found their rhythm in the second quarter and have to be feeling good here at the break, holding on to that 4-4. And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Go over there.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Mavericks leading by 4.
And with LeBron James managing to extend his prime, the pressure is on this Lakers organization to make the most of it.
Yeah, you're right, Jay. I mean, it's the kind of pressure you want, though. I mean, getting those superstar players is the hard part. Finding that supporting cast, that's the hard work part.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Duncan. Luka Doncic out there with Nash. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Nowitzki in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Doncic. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. Doncic has got his second basket of the night.
And already in his career, Doncic displays a remarkable amount of pro moves, including that floater right there.
Trying to get open is Davis. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes, Greg, it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Chris, there are guys that talk a lot of trash on the floor. You played against some legendary trash talkers. Who stands out in that area when you think back to when you played?
And I tell you what, the 2 guys that are on my mind, they definitely could talk trash with the best of all time, and that's Pat Beverly. We've seen what he does. He just keeps coming and coming and coming. And that guy, Day-Day, yeah, Draymond Green, the one that plays out there in Golden State, oh, yeah, he has a mouth on him, too. I think he hurts.
And when you played, who was the best trash talker back in your day?
By far, Larry Bird and Gary Payton. Those 2 guys would talk trash that so much that you would get entertained into their talking and be like, well, what are you going to say next? I'm having a good time out here. It was always in fun, but trust me, they always wanted to stick that dagger into you, too, while they were talking.
You couldn't hide a smile either. They start getting you going. You could not hide a smile.
I couldn't, and that was my thing. I talked trash while I was smiling, so maybe no one else knew what I was saying but you. But those guys, yeah, they keep you laughing out there. They talk trash about you themselves after they missed the shot. They would talk themselves down or talk to a fan that was talking to them. So it was always entertaining. The best trash talkers talk to everyone, not just to their opponent.
Free throw good, LeBron. And coming up as an only child in difficult circumstances, LeBron James said he had to grow up early, take charge of his life at a young age.
Yeah, that's what made him such a solid person and a great basketball player. Ever since he sought control of his own destiny, Kevin, he empowered trusted friends along the way. Hey, he's paved a new path for players taking ownership of their careers.
Passes it to Abdul-Jabbar. Kicks it out to James. Parker with the steal. Lays it in off the breakaway. Parker's got his first points of the night.
And in the first half, it was a struggle offensively, shooting a very low percentage, but it hasn't prevented them from grabbing the lead, and now they're shooting it much better here in the second.
Kobe's shot is off. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
A floater from deep. Green. Wilt Chamberlain with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Kobe. And again, no good by the Lakers. Mavericks leading by 5. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Parker looking around. Out to the wing. Here's Robinson, and the rejection by Abdul-Jabbar.
And beyond the obvious physical skills, Kareem just has a great understanding for the game. Times his move perfectly to get that shot.
And so it's Dallas heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. Back to the action after this word. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Lakers trail by 7. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Davis is out there with Olajuwon. And there's Bryant. And there's Yao. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard.
Good look there as well. And this is what Hakeem's worked on. Pay too much attention to him, and he'll burn you with a nice find.
Doncic. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. 6 points for Luka Doncic.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. They get the rebound. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 6-point game. Nash against Olajuwon. Doncic outside. Lets the 3 fly. That shot missing. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Left side, Davis. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Fires it up. And that one swishes right in. Westbrook's got 5 points in the quarter.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, Greg, this is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
Dallas calls timeout. They're in front by 4. 1:52 left to play in the final quarter. And Los Angeles with some changes. Shaq's checked in for Olajuwon. And LeBron's subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys?
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
And he knows it, too. He tried to get away with it. Sometimes you do. That time he didn't.
1:22 left in the fourth. The shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from LeBron.
Reminding us again why he's one of the game's great clutch shooters.
Doncic feeling it out. Nash against Bryant for 3. It's good from beyond the arc.
And the jump shot of Nash, poetry in motion, a super efficient shooter from downtown.
And the Lakers call time here. They're down by 5. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Parker's checked in. The drive by James. Here's Yao. Money!
And Ming is mammoth in terms of his size, exceptional at using it to snare those offensive rebounds.
LeBron against Doncic. Parker outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And shot on the way. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And the Lakers call time here. They're trailing by 3. We've got 22 seconds left in the game. Guys, what's your take?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Yeah, they have a little time to work with. The most important thing is to make whatever you take.
Steve Nash checked in for the Mavericks. And here is Los Angeles now. Outside, Kobe. Davis, the pass to Yao. And here is LeBron. To tie it up. The 3 won't fall. It counts.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
And the Mavericks call time here. They lead by 1. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And here is Nowitzki. And an intentional foul right there. Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
And it's going to come down to a 3-point attempt. I mean, what a huge moment to come through at the line.
So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. That was a fun night of basketball.